All right. Welcome to Sdeke Podcast, the student edition, with the lovely, the beautiful, the smart Portia. Portia, welcome to Sdeke.
Hi. Thank you for having me, Elijah. Thank you for having me. I'm amazed that I'm even in this place today. Such a beautiful studio you guys have. And yeah, thank you for having me. I'm honored. I'm really, truly honored. Thank you.
Awesome, eh? It's also a great honor to have you on our podcast,
Okay.
For you accepting to the core of being here.
Mm.
So, Portia, tell us a bit about yourself.
Where do I start, Evan? Well, my name is Portia Chantel Vuma. I'm born and raised in Mpumalanga, Mkhuhlu. Well, I traveled a bit in Mpumalanga because I lived half of my life in Nelspruit and then went back home for high school. And I'm currently studying consumer sciences and food and nutrition in the University of Technology, CPUT. And yeah, I love outdoorsy things. I love hiking. I love running. Currently started running, joining run clubs. I started boxing last year, loving that. I'm just a out there person, just wants to try everything she can try as long as she's still alive. So yeah, that's just me.
That's awesome, man. You sound to be a very lively and very fun person.
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet.
Mm.
So you mentioned that you're studying consumers science in food and nutrition, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about your journey with it. Where did it start?
It started when I got accepted after my mom applied for me. Well, during high school, I was not really dreaming of being in university. Yes, I would watch movies and see that it looks really fun and, people get to go there. But I was a bit chilled about it, honestly, until my mom applied for me and I got accepted. The CPUT was the only place that accepted me, by the way. And this course was the only thing that I got accepted for. So, yeah. And so far, so good, honestly. At first, I was a bit annoyed because I know at some point I really liked dietetics. I wanted to study to become a dietitian. And this is not really far from that, but we're not really studying to become dietitians. We're just more of learning about what the consumer wants and learning how we could really give the consumer the best thing that they need, honestly. So yeah.
How does it make it different from dietitian?
So dietitians study more of the physical body. They go deep into what the body is composed of and what the body needs. Obviously, just the physical anatomy of a person. And we are more of, we do look into how a body is composed, but we don't go into depth. We're not doctors type of thing. But what we do is we focus more on the consumer, why people buy, the choices they make when they're buying, and just the health of the consumer, the things that are in our shelves. Are they healthy for the consumers to consume? Are they, do they have the HACCP systems? Is the food safe, essentially? So yeah, I'd say that it's just different from that in that aspect. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. So you've obviously distinguished the difference between someone who's doing consumers science in food and nutrition with someone who's doing who's a dietitian, right? So in simple terms, how would you define computer science? Consumer
sciences, yes.
Science in food and nutrition.
In simple terms, I would say we study how a person buys, how they choose, and how they use whatever they've bought in the stores or they've really got their hands on. We just the behaviors behind the choices we make when it comes to the food that we consume and ingest. So yeah, it might be you liked the labeling, it might be you liked how it was advertised, you might be because it's so convenient for you to make that particular product. So it's the choices, the behavior behind how we buy and choose our food is
interesting.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to employ someone who studied your course, what type of company should I be owning?
Okay.
In what industry, rather should I say, would I expect that person to work in or fill in the gap?
So we are in the food and beverage industry.
Yeah.
So your company must at least have, you must be producing maybe food. You must be dealing with you must be coming up with like new products on the shelves. So companies like your Woolworths, your Premium Milling, where we get our flours and our breads, and your company must be what you might be distributing food, and then you might need like a like we deal with food safety, so we might come there and check the quality of your food and how safe your systems are running in your company. So pretty much that. Hope I was clear on that.
No, it's quite you are quite clear on that, and it is making sense, and the expectations are quite concise there. So let's take let's focus on the academic aspect of it.
Okay.
Right. How is the course like, having to study it?
Okay. So I feel for me, because I did ACP, which is the extended program.
Okay.
Like the course is supposed to run for like 3 years. It's a diploma. You need to do it like for 3 years. But then I did it for 4 years. This is my 4th year, but then I'm doing my 3rd year. I did my first year 2 years.
Okay.
So so the course for me, it started off really smooth, because in my first year I was doing 3 modules, and then my first year I was doing 2 modules. So you see how I got to also explore Cape Town outside of just coming here for the first time. So it was like little load. It's good for people that are anxious to come to university. The pressure is I'd say it's like lesser than like just coming from high school and then just getting to like buy your own groceries, do everything yourself, make friends, wake up in the morning, go to campus, come back, wash dishes, those type of things. Like the extended program helped me like to really settle in properly and not really get so overwhelmed by university experience. So the course really is, I don't say like hard, because it's like something you understand. It's like something you do every day. In our first year, we learned about food waste, and we had these activities where we would like assess our own personal food waste, the food that we leave in the fridge because we bought our KFC, those type of things. So it's mainly about the things you do, as we all consume, everybody consumes. So the course really just brings that into theory now. Like it enlightens you more, So it's I'd say, I don't know even, but I think, that.
You mentioned the program having extended, and you've got mainstream, I believe.
Yes.
What other subjects that you said you did first year in twice?
2 years.
2 years, not twice. What other subjects that you do in your first year? If you can mention them, because you mentioned you did 2 the other year.
Do I remember? I think in my first year I did, was it nutrition and food production? No, it was food science and food production, and then food communication. And on my first year we did nutrition and what was it, the other one? I'm forgetting it, but it was 5 in total. I know it was 5 in total. So why am I forgetting the other one? Microbiology. Is it my second year? I'm not sure. I forgot. It's been long. It's been really long, but
With the subjects that you mentioned, what do they focus on? Like, I'm here microbiology. What do they focus
on? I'll start with like food communication. Food communication, just really in basics, we learn about how we communicate firstly, like in order for communication to be effective, the person that you're trying to communicate to, whatever you're trying to communicate to, must understand it at first. So we learned about that, and then now I see it in my third year being how we are learning how the companies communicate their product through labeling, right? And in order for the company to actually communicate effectively to the customer, they must be like, first of all, honest about it, and they must obviously use the proper language, must use English, those type of things. So that's what food communication in first year is now teaching me now has set the basis and the foundation for what is that? It's nutrition and food science in third year. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Another one is what food science in first year was mainly. I'll just give you an example of how green, maybe green leaves or green anything that is green, like green food. Yeah. It has chlorophyll, and how when you cook it in a certain way, it really gives you a maybe brighter green color when you use maybe the right type of ingredients. Like maybe if you the way of cooking, if you maybe don't close the lid, because we also we go into the kitchen and we actually I would say it's our lab. That's what we call it, our lab. You know, how we are scientists, we are food scientists. So we have food labs where we actually test these things. How when you cook your green leaves, you need to keep the lid open, and that helps, the food becomes brighter, as a result. Yeah. So now in my third year, it really comes back to you also now give that knowledge to maybe a consumer that wants to cook that green leaf, and how they can make it like look brighter and nicer for them to eat and things like that through what you can tell them on like the product of how they can use it. So you see those type of things. Yeah. It is. It's a mouthful. It sounds like there's a lot did you do. There's a lot, yeah.
It appears that the course has a lot of pracs and lots of theory, because you need to remember this food, the ingredients. And how do you compare the theory from the prac when you weigh the two? Is it more theory focused, or is it more you focus more on practicals? How do you navigate between the two? You weigh the two, rather.
I think it's a balance. Yeah. Because we go for prac for nutrition and food production and food science. So it's like a balance, and it also helps you understand the theory more. Yeah. Because now you are actually doing it with your, like, you're actually practicing it. Yes. And you get to remember, that's why they said in class, the egg must not go to, like, you must not leave an egg for like this temperature, because it's gonna coagulate or it's gonna denature. It's gonna like go like not in what you want as a result. So it goes hand in hand. It's like 50-50, I can say. Yeah.
You mentioned that initially you were not, it was not like it was your first love. Your mom kind of baptized you with the love of this course itself. But having to look at the subject that you had at high school and looking at what you're doing in uni right now, what subjects have been beneficial to you from high school to what you've been learning? Or what subjects has laid the foundation for you to understand better the course?
I'd say physics, because in first year we do applied sciences. Oh, that's the one I was forgetting. Applied sciences, because we did it in first year only. And what else? In my head, I'm just thinking LO. In my head, I'm just thinking LO, because I'm a person that just is so intrigued by just life itself, like what life is, what life has to offer. Yeah. So I came here just, looking and understanding, how LO they teach us about ourselves, or about, things that help us, like exercising, those things, So I'd say LO in applied sciences and a little bit of, is it life science? Is it life science? No, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, LO and applied science and physical sciences for me.
And no mathematics.
Well, we don't have a lot of we do have math.
Yeah.
There, but it does come in handy. You should have your math, and it's also like one of the requirements they need for you to apply for this course. So yeah, it does come in handy.
You could explain what are the requirements to study this course?
The requirements.
Yeah.
I think not really sure, because remember I didn't apply for myself.
Yeah.
So I'd say life sciences, the usual life sciences, your math, I think physics, English, your home language maybe. They want to see if you're really serious, you're passing, and your level, I guess 4s and 5s. I'm not really sure. I'd be honestly,
Awesome. So with regards to your life now as a student, what do you do for fun?
For fun?
Yeah.
Ew. For fun, like I said, I'm an outdoorsy person. I hike, I run, hang out with friends, we go to restaurants. I used to love restaurant hopping at some point. For fun, I box. Currently started to learn how to swim. Well, that's going really slow, but yeah. And also solo dating, something I do for fun. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. The boxing, the swimming, are these some of the facilities that are some of the extramural activities that are offered by the uni, or do you do it outside?
I do it outside. And that's one thing too. I feel like with CPUT, for instance, I generally feel like it lacks in that aspect of the university full thing of like just a student coming into this new life. They don't really offer that as much as I really would like them to. So I do these things by myself. I put myself out there. When I see someone who posted on social media about maybe a hike that is going to be happening, I do some research on that, and I actually, reach out. And most of the time, it's like really good groups of people. Yeah. And I just put myself out there. I've always been that child, though. I know it might be hard for someone who's maybe an introvert, who finds it very hard to make friends. But what I can just say to that person is just, honestly, I know it's scary. I know it might be like, it might seem, because you are far away from home, first of all. You are doing this thing for the first time. You'd obviously want someone to actually like be the one that calls you out. But I think just start small. Start really small by going to church, for instance. They can't hurt you in church, can they? Yeah, just start small and gradually, if it's something you want to do, start small and gradually work your way up.
You are someone who has a great balance of having fun and also being focused at doing your work, because you're in your final year, I suppose. You are there, you pushed. What has been your method to be focused despite having fun? Because you're always getting up to something. Certain people, there are certain individuals that can't really have that much fun and stay focused.
True.
What has helped you stay grounded?
I'd say one thing about me, I ask, like, especially when I see that I'm struggling in something, I'll ask for help. Like, if I see that you're passing maybe in class and I am really lacking in that aspect or whatever, I ask, how do you do it? And most of the time the answers are like helpful and constructive, and I give myself grace, honestly. And I know that because I still struggle with it, obviously, because I know I want to do all these things, and school is demanding. It's very demanding. Sometimes you have to like really switch off that outdoorsy life and be like, okay, we can't now do 5 things. Okay, this week we need to like maybe do one. Let's just do one thing and then put our focus on like school things, on schoolwork, because at the end of the day, that's what I came here for. If I fail, it's like, okay, you know, you fail because you were outdoors, you know. So just priorities and like just, you know, balance, shift and work around it, and ask questions, ask for help. I'll not stress that enough. Ask for help. You don't look weak when you ask for help. Even if people know that you are an outdoorsy person, it doesn't matter, but like just ask, and you find that help is always there for you as when you ask, actually, you know. So yeah, I come back to just knowing that I'm a human being at the end of the day, and I can't always have everything figured out. I don't try to have it figured out. That's one thing. I do not. That's me.
Talking about asking for help, right? Let's say in your experience studying, what subjects or did you find challenging that forced you to ask for help? That you could warn someone about, like, hey, you know, maybe you've had a very rosy journey so far, but even though you had a rosy journey so far, you saw that one subject that had like amber lights, but you overcame it.
Yeah. I'd say when it came to this particular subject in my second year, I think it was like consumer science. Oh, consumer retailing. Yes, consumer retailing. So it dealt more with essays. Oh, I don't like essays at all. I don't like them because now you have to go find journals, in-text referencing. You need to do it a proper way. You can't just now say this information is yours. You know, you thought about it, but like it's not yours. You still need to reference, you know, and a proper way of referencing, or else you're plagiarizing now. You're like, you know, doing all of that. So yeah, and also it came with we had like a very I don't want to say like, but he was a weird lecturer. Like he was just not as helpful as we would have wanted him to be at first. But now he's coming around. Actually, he's coming around. But then at first he was just ruthless. He was ruthless, and he didn't make it better. That I'm already struggling with like this module. And then now also you're not being helpful. Exactly. You know. So yeah, when people would pass, I would ask, how do you do it? And they would tell you. And also the school offers like things like Fundani, where you can go and get help and care and things like that. And they will help you with your essays and, you know, write them in a proper way. So yeah, I'd say that. But I've had my ups and downs with all the modules. Actually, I've had it. Yeah.
And you overcame all of them.
I did. I'm here now doing my 3rd year in record time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
3rd year in record time.
Yeah.
No failures along the way.
Yeah.
So now let's go with your future plans, because I mean you're a lady you're very spontaneous, you know. You're someone who's always you are outgoing. You're always willing to try something new. What are your future plans? Let's maybe stretch it out to, let me make it a bit closer to the next 2 years.
2 years. I think that's scary because now I have to go into the workplace.
Yeah.
Now I finish my undergrad. It's like now, okay, it's getting real, right? But I love that now they're also like, you know, the school is putting us on the spot with just us having to apply for work integrated learning. Yeah. And hey, it's a lot a bit, because now it's like I have to think about, what are you going to do next, Portia? You are business minded. Yes, you want to be this business person. You want to be this athletic person, you know, those type of things. And my plan in the next 2 years, honestly, is just getting to know myself in like real depth, honestly, because I think that's where it all begins, like getting to know yourself, what makes you angry, what makes you what ignites your soul. What really makes you feel alive every time you work on it, you know. And just putting myself in, because I feel like with even working, when I think about like working, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna be working for someone, I'm gonna have to wake up in the morning. But I also realize that it's the same even with working for yourself, having your own business. Definitely. It's hard, it's uncomfortable. Everything that is challenging is uncomfortable, and anything that has like essence and like, you know, substance in the end of it has to be uncomfortable at first. Like you need to be uncomfortable in order to like actually reach that comfort. I learned it in hiking, I learned it in like running, I learned it in like the things that, because when you run when you're doing it like for the first time, or even if you're doing it all the time, when you start, it's hard. When you go on, it's hard. But when you finish, that's where you have it all. But like, I think for me, it's just getting to know me and my business. I really would like to see it actually making sales, because I feel like now it's starting really slowly, and it's the start. Starts are humbling, that's for sure.
Yes.
And I really would like to see it with maybe a much following on Instagram, and maybe I'd say I've sold maybe like I have like a good customer base, you know, like people know me now for this hair, because I always wear it. Just people that have bought the hair in 2 years, like maybe I'm looking around 50. If 50 people have bought my hair in 2 years, like that would really make me happy. And
for the sake of our listeners and our viewers as well, can you please give a shout out to your business, and also just explain to our listeners and viewers what type of business it is? You mentioned your hair. What hair do you produce?
So my business is Voma hairs, Voma froze. It's afros, crocheted afros. I also offer like crochet, actually crochet your hair, not like an afro wig. It's like I sell wigs, but then I can also, you know, crochet it on your hair. And on Instagram we are Voma froze, Voma_froze, and it's a brand that is supposed to help anyone that just wants to wake up in the morning and feel really beautiful with just rocking an afro, you know. And I would say my mojo is beauty that starts from within. So this is just more than hair. It's just how you radiate from inside. It's not about what you wear on the outside. It's how you feel on the inside. So I'm just it's just that. I don't know if I said, I don't know. Yeah. So that's just the hair.
It's great. And for any of our listeners and viewers, if you want to go follow and see the amazing work that she is doing, just go to Instagram under Voma.
Voma froze,
Froze.
VOUMA_FROS.
Great. And the link to it will also be shared in the descriptions. Great. So Portia, last one. What is your advice to someone young who is in high school considering to study consumer science in food and nutrition?
My advice is that people are gonna say whatever they want to say about this course, because they always do. They always say, "Oh, so you came to Cape Town to come and cook." You left home, drove 10 kilometers, or not 10 kilometers, but like 1,000 kilometers to come and cook in Cape Town. But I know it's more than that. Because one thing, it's taught me to look at food in a more respectful way. Like, I respect food now. I don't just like look at food and be like, I'm going to eat this. Because you also learn about what nutrition, the nutritional benefits of the foods you eat. You know, because now people are so food aware. Like, they want things that are healthy, things that build their body. And they always say, like, now, you know, how over processed foods are now like a thing, a talk of the topic. But just know that people are going to say what they're going to say about your costs. And just don't mind what people say, because that can bring you down if that's what you listen to and absorb, you know. So yeah, just love what you do. Put in the effort, even if it's like the last thing they took you in. I always say, work, if in the position that you are in now in life, whatever that looks like, put in the work. However, work on yourself, work on that thing, put in the work, make sure that you excel in it, even if it's meant to, like, bring you down or anything. I know if you put in the work, you put in the consistency, the discipline, the determination, it can come out gold and excellent. So yeah, just love and light and work hard, man. Work hard and just reach for the stars.
Wow, definitely work hard and reach for the stars. And then you'll see one day you could be like Portia here, sharing nothing but liquid gold information. So yeah. Portia, thank you so much for being a guest.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome, man. You're being such an amazing guest. I've learned a lot from you. I didn't know prior to meeting you, I didn't know that consumers, science in food and nutrition only existed. But now I get to learn something new. Thank you so much for coming here, accepting, adhering to the call, and just sharing everything that you know, just pouring out liquid gold knowledge. And we want to wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
For your business, to get more followers.
Yeah, I hope. I hope, yeah.
YouTubers.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Great.